this way. Maybe there won't be this way. All right, I'm wearing a hat today and the light is being tricky. So anyways, good morning. My name is Teresa. I'm the owner and artisan at NTS Design Co. I'm a content creator for Dixie Belle Company. I come live with you guys every Wednesday at 10 a.m. So hello and welcome. As you guys are popping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. All of the products that I will be using today, you can find on the fabulous Dixie Belle's website. If you click in Dixie Belle Paint Company, you go up to the left-hand corner, it'll say find your local retailer, and you can type in a zip code and just put in your zip code and it'll show up all of the local retailers that are in your area. And then you can go in the store and say hello and learn about all of the amazing products that they have and all of the fun things that you can do. A lot of the retailers will have classes that you can take, so it's like a fun girls' night, or like if you just want to make some friends, make friends through Dixie Belle. Have at it. So today I'm finishing up this piece of furniture. I said I was going to move on to the next piece of furniture, but we had some crazy stuff happen here in my household this last couple weeks. As you guys know, my dog has been sick, so she actually passed away. And then my daughter was sick last week, so I wasn't able to go live. So I am now playing catch up. So let's go finish all of the things that I need to finish, and we'll go from there. All right. So the bar cabinet that we did last week, as you can see right there, she's painted purple and everything is ready for her. She's been top coated. I've touched up paint everything except for this door. I was going to record it for content, but lucky you, we're going to do it today live. Hi, Patty. How are you doing today? So yes, we are going to be doing that. And if you guys, the first door, you're in luck because we're doing the second door. Let me just make sure that I have stained this. Yes, I stained this side with no paint gel stain. This is one coat and it looks absolutely gorgeous. We just went right over that factory finish that was there. And that's what we're gonna be doing today here as well. We will be using the Voodoo gel stain, which is a water-based gel stain, instead of the oil-based gel stain, forgive me, that's trash. So we will be using bleached cypress, which is this fabulous color. And we'll be doing that first so that we can go over it with the dark in case there's any gaps. So I'm just going to be in here like this, and then we'll be painting with the coffee bean that. And that was trash. Let me find a rag real quick. Hold on, you guys. Give me 2 seconds to slide around and grab some rags. Dixie Belle has Bag O Rags, which I absolutely love. Mostly, I won't say mostly lint-free because I mean, Hi, Margot. How are you? Thank you guys for popping on and hanging with me. It's always a fun time with you guys because I hate in this shop by myself. I feel like I'm in a cave. So when I hang out with you guys, it's a little less cave-esque, okay? So let's get a move on it. Let's have some fun. Let's do the things. All right, that's 2 rags. That's 3. I'll put one in my lap because we know I'm messy. We know I am messy, and I will be sad if I get paint on my shorts because I came straight from the gym, hence the hat, because I have a sweaty head. So let's go. Let's start. No paint gel stain in the color bleached cypress. And we are just going to, usually you can put it in a plate. Today we're just gonna use this. That's what we're doing. All right, we're just gonna dab, dab, dab. We're dabbing in here, doing all the things. Like I said, I know I'm getting this everywhere, and that's okay, because you know what? The whole purpose of this is it's gonna be fun. It's a project that's just a little low pressure. And if you feel like there's too much pressure in your project, let go of that and have some fun. This is art, it should be fun, right? This is what we're doing. Life is too short to be stressed out about a project. Okay? Even if this is what you do for a full-time job. This is what I do for a full-time job, and I'm not stressed out about it because it's just furniture, and there has never on God's green earth ever been a furniture emergency. I promise you that. So, and happy mistakes. Everything is correctable. All of these products are amazing and very user-friendly. What I'm doing today, look what I'm making. Oh my God, I made a mess. It's okay, because we're gonna paint over it with brown, so it is fine. Okay? Just a little dabberoo here and there. We're covering up this beautiful, less than beautiful brown, so it'll match the I don't really know what to say, the motif of this piece. Okay, just dabbing it in, dabbing around. All right, doing a little here and there. It's not that serious. And when I am done with this, I will take my fabulous scrubby soap and wash out my paintbrushes. Because scrubby soap is soap is amazing. All right. I have to tell you something. So I just learned this the other day as a whole grown up and did not know this. How many of you out there use like your Roku sticks, like your Roku devices? Did you know it has live TV on there? Like it has different channels that you can stream 24 hours a day. And the reason why I'm saying that is because that noise reminded me. They have a Bob Ross channel. You can just listen to Bob Ross all day long. My girlfriend who paints furniture, that's all she does is she pops it on. Instead of listening to a podcast, I usually listen to murder podcasts, by the way. Like Crime Junkies and Morbid are my fave, to be a couple of the few. So, but she listens to Bob Ross and she just keeps it in the background and it's so serene and soothing and like, I think that's a great idea. So if you need some background noise, you can listen to a podcast, which I highly recommend podcasts. There are so many of them out there. Just to kind of decompress a little bit and not feel like you're so alone. They're good for workout. Listen to a podcast. I actually got to walk on a treadmill today with a friend I haven't seen in forever, who's like gym buddy, gym dude, gym bro, whatever you want to call it. And that's kind of nice because that helps the time pass when you're on a treadmill trying to get your steps in. Because it is raining here in North Carolina and it is not great weather. It is sad and it is cold. So hopefully the weather where you are is better than the weather where I am, because we are about to be in June. But I'll take it. You know, I'll take those days that I don't have to water my grass and water my garden. I just planted a vegetable garden, so wish me luck on that. That's fun. And yes, this project's going super swift, kind of moving along. As you see how easy this is. Very user-friendly product. It will dry beautifully. And I like easy. I like fun. Some of my projects that I do are, like, I have a chair that I have to finish that I'm not looking forward to. Those are one of those projects that kind of scares me a little bit because it's a restoration project. It's a client's piece. It's not mine. And so it's like has a lot of meaning behind it. It was his great-grandmother's chair that he was rocked in, or maybe his grandmother's, I'm not quite sure. But it's a very, very, very old piece of furniture, and I sometimes get scared about that because I don't want to ruin it. So the stripping phase can be kind of scary. And I used to get like that a lot more, or I used to be terrified, like, oh no, I ruined it. But I've learned over the years of doing this that everything is fixable. It really is. And no one's going to judge your furniture more than you are. No, you're going, oh my God, you missed a piece right there. I don't like that. I won't buy that. I missed it. Or you have one paint where it shouldn't be. Like, first of all, no one's going to do that. And if they are going to do that, they are not your people. So hopefully that will help resonate with someone out there who just is a little nervous about starting out painting furniture. Whatever your furniture journey may be, may just be for fun. Just enjoy yourself. Things that we do, life is so stressful. Like, we really shouldn't be putting that much stress on things that don't really need to be that stressful. I am going back over this. I'm looking at the other piece. There was a little bit more coverage. So I'm just, like I said, less is more. So you can just kind of go back and do more. It's easier to add more than it is to take away. I've learned that too. It's looking good. Patty, are you freezing up there? Is it cold? Because I know at some point this week, it's actually warmer there in that area than it was here, which is kind of funny. Memorial Day weekend, everybody was sad at the beach because they were having to, like, I had friends that came home early because it was cold. And I'm like, oh, when you're trying to sit on the beach and you're shivering, that's not a good thing. So, it happens. Y'all are awfully quiet this morning. I feel like I'm just blabbing to myself. Cold and rainy here too. Okay, so it's not just me. Time to move to Florida. No, not really. Not really. I do want to move to the beach, but not that beach. They can have that. They're busy there. I want a less people-y beach. This is looking rather pretty. You can see it's very buildable. You can add a coat or two. That was a lot. Itchy. So my son is graduating middle school tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, about this time, he will be done with school for an entire summer. And not like a regular summer. So my son is going from year-round school to traditional school. So this will be his actual first real, like, long summer. So I am terrified. Probably will not be doing as much furniture as I normally do, and I'm definitely not taking any more customs on because I will be planning on going vacations and fishing and going to Italy. I have family that lives down there in Marietta, so I'll be going to Marietta mother for about a week or so, and we're just going to do it with the no plan because that I feel like I like spontaneity. I can't say that word. Spontaneity. I can just pick up and go and not have to worry about anything, and I feel like that's what summertime should be. So it's all over my fingers. Hence the rag. We're going to wipe that off because these get crusty, and then you have to pick it off later. These products. Now that I have a rag that's dirty, I am not to wipe off some of this extra stain that got where I might not necessarily want it. And I'm going to be painting this, so it doesn't have to be perfect. If some of the coffee bean mixes in with the stain, they're all water-based products. They play nice together. I'm just wiping it down a little bit. Okay. Now that I live there, I'm gonna drink some drink. Pardon me, I'm about to die of thirst because I've been talking all the time. All right. Now, this is where I haven't opened this in a while. Do that, by the way. I do it all the time because my paint jars stick. Don't do that. Find a better way. Wipe it off. Don't be like me. Don't let your paint jar lids look like this. They're awful. All right. Now I'm going to be using my artisan brush from Dixie Belle to just kind of paint in there. All right. I was going to see if I could get a smaller one. I'm just going to use the lid, honestly. Less mess, worry. And we are just going to, we're just going to paint. We're painting this dark because the rest of the piece of furniture that I painted it in coffee bean, and then I stained the body of this piece of furniture with espresso over my paint because I didn't feel like doing 400 coats of paint. And this will take 2, and I'm okay with that because I'm going to be so close to it. And you should use your oil-based stains in a well-ventilated area because they're oil-based, and it's rainy and it's cold, and I have zero desire to open up my garage door today. So here we are, just chilling, doing the things. Very carefully. And again, if I get some on where it doesn't belong, I can just wipe it off with my finger, or I can just leave it. I'm using about that much paint, not a whole lot. And we're just going. Kind of looks like a honeycomb to me. Very, very cute. The lady that I bought this from, she wants me to teach her how to paint furniture. And I feel like that would be fun. I used to teach classes outside of the house, obviously, because I don't want people in the house, because that's kind of weird. I'm kind of funny about that. It's also why I have a booth space, because I don't want people coming to my house, because, you know, people be crazy. So I'm excited about that. But she's a nice lady. She homeschools and doesn't look to pose a threat to me. Plus, my son will be home, and he's obviously old enough to defend me and big enough. So there's that. Any other moms out there glad that their kids are big enough to kind of be the man of the house? He helps with everything now. I used to call him Tiny He-Man, and he used to do all my lives with me on Dixie Belle and all the things. Now he's a full-grown human, just about. So those that have followed me for some time have watched him grow up. It's been kind of nice that I have that digital path for him. Like I said, this is going to be 2 coats, so if it's not perfect on my first coat, that's okay. I just am really trying to get these edges. Again, they don't have to be perfect, because they just don't have to be. When you stop stressing out about making everything perfect and you just kind of go with the flow, you'd be surprised how much calmer you are. I really enjoy doing these tutorials with you guys. Hopefully you guys learn some stuff. And you can always go back and rewatch them, or you can, and I would be happy to answer any questions that you may have. You can find me on all social media at NTS Design Co. By the time that I'm done with this, I'll be able to go back and do another coat on here, because it's water-based and it dries pretty fast. Humidity does play in a factor, so sometimes if you live in a more humid area, as I do, it may take a little longer to dry. To fully cure, it takes 2 weeks. But to just add another little quick coat on top of it, it should be about 2 hours, just depending. Today it's raining and humidity is 9 million, so probably not the case today. We were fostering puppies this week. It was so cute. We went back to the vet that I use and asked if we could give back, because they were so great to my dog during her time, and very helpful and resourceful with all of the things. So my son is not old enough to walk dogs or go in there to give treats and stuff like that, because of liability. He has to be 16. But we were old enough, I am old enough. He is old enough for us to have fosters in, because it would be under my care. So we fostered these little baby dogs, and there were 2 German Shepherd puppies. And I don't know if you've ever had puppies in your household, but we had 2 of them, and they were so sweet and so cute, but they are like having toddlers. Definitely fun to visit, definitely fun to have, but definitely know that I don't want to be in the puppy phase probably anytime soon, if ever, just because they're a lot of work. But they are fun to keep in. We'll be fostering them on the weekends, because during the week I work and stuff like that, so it's a little harder, and we travel, especially with it being the summertime. I'm not going to be able to have them as much. But when you're sad and you miss your doggy and life happens and you just need to slow down for a minute and get a little happy endorphins, go foster some puppies. They're so cute and so fun. Or if you need some quiet time, just go out in your shop and pick up a paintbrush and do some art therapy. Art therapy is always great. Definitely a happy place. Good, healthy, creative outlet. I'm just dabbing my brush in the edge and then pulling back. Like I said, just a very little paint. All right. You guys are so quiet. I'm getting there. And like I said, just like nice little even strokes once you're done. You don't want to add, like, that's almost dry. You don't want to add too much paint because it takes longer to dry, and then you have more like little smudgy marks to worry about. Anybody working on any fun projects this week? Anything exciting? Springtime, everybody's remodeling and doing the things. Shush, I'm working. Oh, you're working on your job. We won't tell anybody. Your secret's safe with me, Patty. I won't tell. This is just kind of not exactly the most creative thing, but it's just kind of, I feel like it's like an adult coloring book. Anybody use those adult coloring books? That's kind of feel like, that's basically what it is. It's like just fill in the lines, nothing crazy, no crazy techniques are needed. Just simple, easy, fill in the lines. That's it. No, like, oh, I have to blend 3 colors and make it perfect. Or, I mean, even when you're blending 3 colors, you don't need to make it perfect, but the skill level that's required on this is just pick up a paintbrush and let's go. Let's not make things so difficult. It's not perfectly curated. It's just, let's just paint. Oh, you were in Portland, Maine. Oh, how fun. I bet that was fun. I've never been to Maine. My friend is from Maine. The furthest north I've ever been, and I don't know where Maine is in retrospect to this, I think Maine is further up, but I've been to Vermont, and that's about it. That's as farthest north I've ever been. And I've been to Chicago, which is the furthest, I guess, west I've ever been. And Ohio. I went to Ohio last summer. We drove to Ohio for a motocross event, which was amazing. That was such a fun trip. So, learning how to take trips alone as an adult, without having a person with you, can be kind of scary. But I'm trying to learn how to get over that and just live in the moment and have fun. And just trust that everything will be okay. So, if anything, that is what this last year has taught me. Just how to have fun and just do the things. It was cold and rainy. Oh yeah, I can imagine. It's cold and rainy here. I can't imagine it being warmer out there. Coming back along, filling in these little middle pieces, the little honeycomb. The color that I'm using, in case you guys missed that, this is Coffee Bean, which is a beautiful, rich, like espresso, chocolatey brown color. It pairs very well with the brown stain espresso, which is what I used on the body of this piece of furniture. If you missed that, like I said, I painted it in Coffee Bean first just to get a good base coat of paint on there, and then I stained over my paint, which made my paint look very rich and not so ashy and dry, where chalk mineral paint sometimes can do that, where it'll just look kind of dry and ashy. So I added that over it because you can stain over paint. And so I showed that on my last live. And then I top coated it with satin clear coat. And then the lighter color that I used here is called Bleached Cypress, and that is a water-based stain, which is why I'm able just to paint right on over top of it, because it's not going to bother it at all. This is drying out a little bit though. Of course I don't have a water mister. Oh, I do, hold on. My water mister bottle. All right, just to kind of freshen that up a little bit because it was drying out and not wanting to do what I needed it to do. My paint is kind of old. I ordered a new one, but that doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It just means it just needs a little love. A little love. We are almost done with the honeycomb, and then she'll match the other side, and I'll paint one more coat over her while we chitty chat. Patty, I can't wait to see your table that you've got working on. That sounds like a really fun project. I have a side table I need to paint white today. I'm not excited about that. I do a lot of commission work too. If my stuff isn't selling in my booth, I will open back up to commissions, because let's be real, this is our jobs. We have to make money, and sometimes I have to do the things that I don't want to do, like restore that antique chair behind me and paint something white. The restoration thing, I love that. It's just the process of getting it to the point where I have fun. Like the tedious stuff, that's the kind of stuff that I don't really enjoy. Like stripping it, bringing it back to life and staining it, yes, very happy. Sealing the stain, very happy. Giving it back to the owner, even happier. I need to get back to that this weekend because I've had it for well over a month now, and sometimes I can't get to things as quickly as I'd like to, because life happens. So, and I tell all my clients that, like, if you are expecting this to be done in a week, I am not your girl. Because I work at my own pace, because it's my own business. So there's no pressure that I have to have things done by a certain amount of time. That's the kind of nice thing and freeing about owning your own business. Trying to get this done. Almost. I have like one little square. And then I'm gonna let this dry, because like I said, I don't wanna, I can start up here and start painting back. And we'll just do our 2 little coats on here today. And then I'll be able to bolt everything back together, put the hinges back on, and she'll be done. I'm gonna return this back to its home. Well, it never lived there, but I'm gonna give this to the client hopefully this week. We'll see how that works. I don't like to hold on to stuff. Once it's done, I want it out of here, because that means it's just at risk to get messed up. So again, we've just been painting out of this cap. And we're just gonna come back again and just do a really quick once over with that second coat. And I'm going to be painting out of the container because that lid is drying out the paint is drying out in there. I'm going a little heavier on this second coat of paint than I did my first coat, because my first coat's just to get it on there. My second coat is for coverage. And then I'm just very lightly gliding over, but not too heavy because it will drip. And you don't want that. It'll drip down on those side pieces. And you don't want that to happen. I just want it to look very pretty and uniform. Sure I'm not missing your comments. So yeah, sometimes the projects are way more exciting than others. This is like the last little buttoned up details that we're doing. Kind of time consuming. I'm just gonna come in here because I'm seeing where I'm overlapping. I don't want that there. Just a little bit. That's where those little rags come in super handy. And I love these little artisan brushes because they make things so much easier. They flatten out so great. You don't have to have a giant brush in hand. I use the Dixie Belle artisan brushes so much. They're inexpensive. You get a set of, I think, 4, if I'm not mistaken. So there's this brush, and then you get an angled brush, a flat brush, and a pointy brush. I don't know the names of those brushes, so don't come at me. I know there's specific names for different brushes. All right. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good so far. 38 minutes in, and we're almost done with this project. And then I'll screw on all the little pieces off camera because that's not very fun. And let this dry 100% before I do that. So I'll leave this off on this table probably till tomorrow, let it dry overnight, and then button everything else up. I need to go up to my booth space. I sold a piece of furniture today or yesterday, which I'm very, very, very excited about. I have had, it's bleached wood, which I used this on here. The Voodoo Gel Stain, the lighter ones. I think I used Au Naturel on it, honestly, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while. And I put flower transfers on the front of it. And flowers are harder for me to sell. I don't know if you guys that sell furniture have a harder time selling the pieces that are more decorated. But where I am located right now, they like the more basic stuff. So it's been sitting there for, honestly, a year in my booth. And my toxic trait is once it goes in there, I'm not taking it out. I will literally mark it down until it goes away because it's heavy and I don't want to bring it back here and I don't have storage for it, and I'm definitely not painting over anything because I just don't like to do that. So those that do that, I applaud you because I am not one of those people. But it sold yesterday and I'm so, so grateful and thankful. I have a lighter piece in there that I distressed. That's a big dresser that I needed to sell too. It's really pretty. And it has the matching nightstand as well. I heard coffee tables are coming back in style. So that's different. I do not have a coffee table in my living room. I'd love to know if do you guys have coffee tables? Like, what are your thoughts on that? I don't like a lot of furniture in my house. I like to be able to walk around. And I feel like if I add more furniture, my kids it's more surfaces for them to like put stuff on. So I don't tend to have a lot of those surfaces. Like I don't even have a dining room table. We eat at the bar at my house because I have like an island. Hurt. So we eat there. So I got rid of my kitchen table and I put a buffet in there for my lizard to sit on. So I'd love to know what you guys do. You do. Yeah, I know my kids and they're just gonna leave snackies and cups and water bottles and things like that on it, or put their feet on it, or leave random things that they don't put away. My son's terrible for that. But again, he's only 14, so. I call his upstairs his frat house because I don't typically go up there unless I'm retrieving towels or laundry. Because it literally looks like a frat house. And I ask him not to make the rest of my house look like a frat house. Moms of boys. You guys feel me? It's a different breed. My daughter is so clean and like not messy. All right, guys, almost done. I'm very happy with the outcome of the way that this is looking. I think my client is going to be even more thrilled. It's going in their home, and her style is more the front of this piece of furniture, which is just kind of, you know, traditional and, you know, have it be cohesive with their decor in their home. And then the inside of this piece, as you can see behind me, that's his personality. So I think I've captured the both of them perfectly because they wanted a bar cabinet. And the person who owned this piece of furniture used it as a coffee bar. And I didn't want to add anything gigantic because they live in an apartment and are limited on space. So I thought that this would be perfect for their space. And I love when clients send me pictures of their stuff in their house because then I know better, like have an idea of their taste and what they're looking for, and are they looking to come out of the box? Are they looking to have it blend in? So there's that whole aspect that you have to think about as well when you are creating a piece of furniture for someone. Like if their whole house is pink, do they necessarily want another pink piece of furniture? Are they looking for something that's going to stand out? Is it a piece of furniture that you can go all out on because it's small and they're just making that like a feature piece instead of a blend in the background kind of piece? So all of the things you have to think about. All right, guys, that's done. Okay, we've stained it, we've done all the things, it's sealed. Now all I have to do is just wait for this door to dry, and then I will be replacing this, and I have some feet I need to put on. And then I'm going to hit some gilding wax on these pieces of hardware. So that's it for today. Today was just touching up the rest of this. Next week we'll have a new project that we're going to start on. So you want to follow along with that. We'll start to finish it. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Wednesday. Stay dry. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.